Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? What are you doing on YouTube if you're not subscribed to Newsroom Nigeria? This is the right place for you to be, so stay plugged in by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Also give this video a massive thumbs up. That way we are encouraged to put out more reliable and authentic news, and also YouTube is able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comments section. Samuel Anyanwu is seeking to set aside an appellant court judgment, which upheld a court judgment that removed him as PDP secretary. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the embattled secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Samuel Anyanwu, challenging his sack from office. Anyanwu in the appeal is seeking to set aside the judgment of a Court of Appeal in Enugu, which upheld the Federal High Court judgment that removed him as the secretary of a party. In a 10-ground appeal filed through his counsel, Ken Njemazi-san, Anyanwu prayed the Apex Court to allow the appeal and overturn the decision of the lower courts. Listed as respondents in the appeal, marked SCCV 82-2025, are Anyanwu Emmanuel, PDP, Iliya Damagum, National Chairman, and Ali Odefa, National Vice Chairman, Southeast Zone, PDP, as first-to-first respondents, respectively. In the appeal, Anyanwu challenged the decision of a Court of Appeal, Enugu Division, delivered on December 20, 2025, that affirmed the judgment of the High Court, which removed him from office as the PDP National Secretary and recognized Sunday Udeh-Okoye. Dissatisfied with the majority decision of a Court of Appeal, Anyanwu approached the Supreme Court to set aside the appellant court's judgment. Anyanwu argued that the appellant court erred in law when it upheld the trial court's jurisdiction over a matter dealing with the internal affairs of PDP. It contended that issues related to party leadership and membership are non-justiciable and fall outside the jurisdiction of any court. Additionally, the appellants criticized the lower court for failing to rule on matter whether the plaintiff had compelled with the mandatory internal dispute resolution mechanisms stipulated in the PDP constitution before filing the suit. Anyanwu also faulted the court's decision for holding that the plaintiff had the local standing to institute the case, asserting that such issues are fundamental to the court's jurisdiction to adjudicate the case. The appellant further contended that the lower court erred in interpreting Section 84, subsection 12 of the Electoral Act 2022, arguing that he neither resigned nor was he removed from his position as National Secretary. He emphasized that the PDP Constitution outlines specific procedures for vacating executive offices, which include removal or resignation. He also argued that Article 47 of the PDP Constitution provides for a 4-year single term for party officers, and there was no basis for the concurrent findings of the lower courts that deemed him to have vacated his office. At the resumed hearing of the appeal, all parties in the suit adopted their processes except for PDP and damagum, who did not file any processes. The respondents unanimously urged the court to dismiss the appellant's appeal. Specifically, citing Ali Modu Sheriff versus PDP, Senior Counsel Ere Koro urged the Apex Court to depart from its earlier decision, which holds that political party issues are internal and no court has jurisdiction to entertain such matters. He further stated that Anyanwu had resigned and the trial court had already made a pronouncement on that. He said, the lower court says he has resigned because the Constitution says he must resign if you are going to conduct an election. The Apex Court, however, questioned, does the court have a power to decide who should hold an office. On his part, Njemazi insisted that the lower court did not have jurisdiction to entertain the suit, as it is an issue that borders on the internal affairs of the PDP. Njemazi said, "My lords, I have identified all the processes filed by the appellant. I adopt all these processes and, with the greatest respect, urge my lords to allow this appeal. There are procedures for this sort of thing. My lords, in all your judgments in the past year, you have consistently maintained that issues of leadership in political parties are not justifiable. The lower court and the trial court have no jurisdiction over the issue." Upon Njemazi's submission, the 5-member panel of the Supreme Court, presided over by Justice Owani Musa Abba Aji, proceeded to reserve the case for judgment. It said, "Judgment is reserved to a date that will be communicated to the parties." Meanwhile, earlier, the Apex Court struck out Anyanwu's motion for a stay of execution. Udeh-Okoye had called the attention of the court to the motion. At first, the Apex Court held that the motion for the stay of execution could not be taken. Udeh-Okoye, however, explained that the stay of execution application is pending. It should be withdrawn so that it can be struck out. Upon his submission, Njemazi proceeded to apply for the motion to be withdrawn. He said, "I apply to withdraw the application for stay of execution filed on the 5th day of February 2025. Udeh-Okoye and the other respondents did not object to the withdrawal. The Apex Court proceeded to strike it out. Justice Abba Aji said, "The application for stay of execution filed on the 5th of February was withdrawn without any objection from either parties." You all, let's have your total opinions in the comment section below. What do you all think of all of this? Subscribe to this channel, guys, if you haven't already done that. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.